The best of the morning to you. This is Monday with Friday, preparing you for a better week ahead. Violence against women and girls, whether by mental and verbal abuse, educational deprivation, employment double standard, remuneration double standard, body shaming, hitting, slashing, stabbing, vaginal mutilation, sexual assault, rape, and murder, is a perennial problem from time immemorial. Socialization has contributed to this hot mess, wherein women and girls have constantly been referenced as the weaker sex, wherein chivalry quickly becomes condescension or patronization. Further back into history, women's place was domestic work and childbearing, while men's place was in the world of hunting and war. Due to the absolutely offensive, obscene, and demeaning idea of the payment of a dowry by the bride's family to the groom's family, women have come to be viewed as second-class citizens or property, and many evils emanate from and prevail in societies where dowries are still required. Now, cultures are not static, so even if dowries are still paid only in certain Asian nations, North Africa, and the Balkans, the inherent idea of the subordination of women to men has escaped those cultures and leaked into every corner of the earth. As a child in the 1960s, I heard humorous songs, calypsos, jokes, watched plays and skits in which misogynistic comments and violence against females were in the lyrics, the punchlines, and content. And even females laughed. Then there's the question, known in every culture, the usage of which, though vanishing, still exists. When did you stop beating your wife? As one who has studied religion, it is indefensibly true that religion and religious persuasions have contributed significantly to this scourge of humanity. Take the Abrahamic religions, for example. Because, one, the 2,500-year period during which the Torah, Bible, and Quran were written were in cultures that glorified males and demoted females. Because, two, the values and message of the Bible, once it left the confines of its cultural origins, were propagated in various cultures of imperialism, colonialism, and male dominance. And because, three, females themselves were not the popes, bishops, priests, evangelists, or pastors who led the church nearly its entire life, the prejudice, abuse, devaluation, and violence against females became tacitly encouraged by the church from a message anchored in patriarchy, male privilege, and interpretive malpractice. It is those cultural and transmissional facts that have caused religious folks for centuries to overlook the fact that it is rape we are reading of in the second book of Samuel, when King David's daughter, Tamar, is taken by force sexually by her half-brother Amnon. This whole family mess is due in the first place to the privilege, if we can call it that, of men like David to have multiple wives and enjoy benefits women could not, and for the men to presume that God blessed that mess. So David's fathering half-brother and half-sister children was already a result of the commodification of the female. Then it is that same patriarchy, the veneration of David as the man after God's heart, and the commodification of women that inoculated us to the callous, inexcusable, and reprehensible way David treated with the matter. He doesn't even hold Amnon responsible, even though he is king. He simply stops talking to him. On the other hand, Tamar's brother Absalom tells her, "Shush, don't tell anybody." But he later exacts revenge on Amnon, murdering him. Violence begets violence. Judaism and Christianity, and more so conservative and so-called evangelical Christianity, are not the only religious expressions in which the devaluation of women is rampant. And before anybody blames Jesus for that, they had better read the Gospels once more. Not even Jesus' clear message, which equalized women with men and celebrated their immeasurable value, could escape the virulent patriarchy of the times. Religious institutions must publicly renounce and denounce any heretical theologies and practices that permit men and boys to subordinate, use, demean, intimidate, beat, violate, abduct, traffic, and kill women and girls. They must use their resources to help societies recreate themselves with justice for females. Religious, civic, governmental, cultural, and other entities must adopt a zero-tolerance attitude and approach to men who injure women, and women must resist, fight, and refuse to join religious and other institutions that tell them that their place is in the home, the kitchen, or, in more ways than one, beneath men. I am Michael Friday, and your week just got better. I'll see you again next week. Happy Monday, all the way to Friday.